All right, we are live.
Yay! Oh, we're almost live. We got a countdown. Woohoo!
Well, we're live, but there we go.
Yay! We're
And
live!
Instagram, I clicked that one, so that one's going. Okay.
All right. And I'm streaming
Yay.
to mine as well. Let's make sure I don't have any weird comments. Nope, still have weird comments. Hang on, let's get rid of that. Got to get in there and delete that at some point, but it should be gone. All right. Yay! Hi! We're live! Woohoo!
Hello. We are live. We are here and we're chatting about spinning with Q and Katy in our Spinner's Book of Yarn Design by Sarah Anderson. This one.
We love this book.
And
It's
this
our
week
fave.
we are talking about fat singles and
slubs. Yes. Or slubs
Q's
and fat
fridge.
singles.
Q's fridge at the beach house. That's right, Silver Linings. That is right. It is turquoise. It matches the paint.
Right. Oh my God. The whole kitchen is like this. A couple of years into this is our 6th time we've been here, that my partners and I come every December. And like 2 years in, we got here and discovered they'd redone the entire kitchen, this retro 50s thing. Even the microwave. Yeah, the whole thing is all rounded corners and
turquoise and
bright red and silver, and yeah, it all sort of looks like a 50s Corvette. Yeah, it's bizarre.
Okay.
So,
wow.
A lot of fun.
We are in our climate's a little different. We are in Illinois at Leading Men Fiber Art, and so it is warmer than last night. Last night we were in Madison Knitters Guild in Madison, Wisconsin, and it was a balmy 19 degrees.
Oh,
felt like 9.
Oh,
it was.
Okay.
So it is still cold here, but it is. We're doing a lot better today. So,
oh my God, I'm so sorry. Well, this is why we live wool, right?
Yeah. So I didn't spin. I actually knitted on my socks last night, and I got a whole sock heel done, and I started on the second one, and now I've misplaced my socks. So I will find those sometime.
You live in a yarn truck. I mean,
but anyway,
right?
You know, I remember they were in a place this morning, and now they're not there. So I don't know. They're here.
We'll find them.
It's fine. So we are hanging out here, and but there's a whole knit group, spin stitch group going on inside the shop here at Leading Men, and so they have the studio side, and then they have the shop side, and so they're very different, and it's a lot of fun. But Tuesday night is their stitch group, and it goes from 6 to 8. So yeah,
how fun! Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous.
They don't have any spinners though. They have a spinner, singular.
What? We gotta fix that.
That's the only one I know. And
we're growing our spinners. We're planting those seeds. You know, we're getting more and more people in food. It's all good. This time next year, we'll have tons of spinners.
Yes. So, but tonight we're going to talk about slub and fat singles.
Yep.
Because we're equal opportunity spinners here.
Absolutely. We are size positive spinners is what we are.
That's right. That is well.
All the sizes
so we are always going to be body positive, and we're going to encourage everyone to spin and live the way they want to. So
amen to that. We are not the fiber police. Say it with us. We know you can.
We're not the fiber police.
There you go. Yay. So these yarns, right? These are the yarns, I think we said at least once in the last couple of weeks, if not more than once, that once you get past the beginning of your spinning journey, you will look back and go, oh, I wish I could make those yarns that I was making kind of automatically when I was learning. Because one of the things that you do when you're a spinner who's starting out is you are concentrating on drafting and on speed. And if you're using an acoustic wheel on treadling, if you're using an e-spinner on the speed of the wheel. And so, you know, the amount of fiber that goes through your fingers is not as important as the fact that some fiber is going through your fingers and getting twisted. And so you wind up with thick and thin yarn. And of course, lots of people are like, that's not the yarn I want to make. I want the perfect tiny yarn. And then you get to the point where you want to make yarn that's not the perfect tiny yarn. And you're like, oh my God, I've forgotten how to do it.
Well, no, and I was
right? Yeah, we don't want it to always look like that. We want it to change.
No,
right.
Because we have
we want to be to modify our stuff on the whim too. So one of the things that Sarah talks about is that we should practice spinning different weights at all times and not just fall into our default because we have all kinds of things. So we should do that. Yeah.
Yep.
So cute.
Good practice.
Do you have any slubbies?
Sadly for me, no, because I still can't spin. My hands are still not working. And so when I try to spin, they go numb.
That'll work.
So
Dean is handing me some yarn.
Yeah. Yay! And I know you got some
commercial spun, but there's some here.
Awesome. Yep.
That's
a good one.
Closer with that Wi-Fi. I'm asking closer.
I felt that you must be because it would be hard for me to come closer to you with my Wi-Fi right now. I'm game, but if we start it up now,
yes,
we would get to you in about 2.5 days. So yeah, can't help you with that. But yes, that's a good example. And I'm sorry to be useless about samples. I'm working on getting my hands to the point where they are doing what I want them to do. They're not quite there yet, but
I don't know where my hand spun is right now, but I do have quite a few of slub samples in my bag right now. And so we want to talk about how to make those successfully.
First, what is a slub?
A slub is that little blip that's heavier than the other bit.
Right. Okay. So in a thick and thin yarn.
Not curves, okay?
It's got curves. I love it. It's the full figured aspect of a thick and thin yarn. Yes, absolutely. It's the thicker part, right? In a thick and thin yarn, a slub is the thicker part.
And the way we're going to create that is we're going to forward draft, and we're going to figure out how long our staple length is on our wool. So I'm going to grab my wool that is tucked down here somewhere. Oh, Silver Lining says a slub is a guy who thinks he's fly. Thank you so much for that, Gwen. I really needed that in my life.
You're killing me. Did you hear
that?
Okay, that's nice. So are we having?
So today I have some Polworth.
Ooh, okay.
And this is fluff from Oink Pigments, and this is their Thrumming Bird colorway from Wool Gathering this year.
Oh, is that pretty? Wow,
it's lovely.
Oh, it
is gorgeous. And I'm pretty sure that Silver Linings was there when I bought this. So this, I just pulled it. I haven't done anything. This is the braid other than I opened it up so that I could kind of play with it some more because it's been in a bag. And so it's a little tight at the moment. It's a little felty.
It needs its freedom.
That's okay. What?
It needs its freedom.
It needs some freedom. Yes.
Freedom.
Silver Lining says, I was there, LMAO, Jinx. Yes.
LMO. Left my off. Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
Yes. So I'm going to pull a little bit off of here and I'm going to figure out how long my staple length is. So I'm going to pull here and that's about 1.5 inches and I'm definitely not getting any pull. Go a little wider. It's about 2 inches. I'm not getting any pull. 3 inches. I'm starting to get some pull. Well, that's almost 4 actually. It's a pretty good width there. So that's where I'm getting pulled.
You need to find me the end of that. I've got some nice slubby yarn over here, but we need to find the end. Okay. So that's a long staple.
So,
cool.
So it's a decent staple length. Polworth is a British breed of sheep. And it is next to skin soft. I love Polworth. I find that it feels a little rough in the skein, but it softens beautifully and it wears really well over time. So, and our typical preparation of that is non-superwash. And so I really love that. And we have a base on the truck from Knitted Wit that's no longer being dyed. It's Polworth and silk that I absolutely love.
Ooh, nice mixture.
And I do have some Polworth in braids too. So
you can make slubs with superwash fiber. I mean, it's not a deal breaker. Just want to be really clear.
This just happens to not be superwash. So as I'm drafting it, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be holding slightly shorter than my staple length, and I'm going to let that spin a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and move my fingers back and as it drafts out, and then that's going to create a little bump essentially. And I'm not going to move very far. I'm only going to pull my fingers back like 2/3 of that staple length.
Yep.
And then I'm going to let that spin for a second and give it a little bit of twist. If I'm treadling, I'm going to treadle so that it has just enough twist. And if I get overwhelmed, I'm going to stop treadling. For an e-wheel spinner, I'm going to stop the wheel.
Yep.
We're going to go slow. We're going to spin slow. We're going to take our time with this because curves need time. Okay?
It takes time to get these curves, y'all.
Curves need time.
I'm just saying. Curves need time. That's right.
Okay. So that's what we're going to do when we spin our slubs. And the anchor point of both ends of our slubs is the skinny bits on either side. So there's a really great, I'm getting likes on the video because I'm sure that someone's out there going, oh my God, what is wrong with these people? Okay.
Well, you know what? If they're not doing it tonight, they've had plenty of chances to do that the last month. They're late to the game if they're wondering that now. But she does have a great analogy though, right? What you were about to explain.
So she has have you ever like made what are they, like the little firecracker popper things?
Yeah, or like a piece of saltwater taffy.
Or you ever been really mean to your friends and you get a straw and you twist both ends of it and you leave the fat part in the middle with the air in it and then you pop it and it makes a really big loud sound?
Never. I have never done this ever to anyone that I care about.
Oh, well, now Dean's going to have to do that to you later.
Oh, great. Things to look forward to. Terrific. Thanks. Okay.
Well, it's Colby, isn't it? Colby does that. Anyway, but
good.
you twist the end. So the twist is holding the air bubble basically in the middle. So that the same concept works for the fiber, except we have to make sure that our Q's too nice for that. That's what Gwen says.
That no one ever.
So we have to make sure that the staple length is not split in the middle, which is why we work at those 2/3 options on either end, making sure the twist is firmly toward the end of those staple lengths. So that way we're always like leaving the full staple in the middle. Does that make sense? Twisting the ends of the staple, not in the middle.
Right. I mean, again, if you think about a piece of candy, like a piece of saltwater taffy or anything else that's in a wrapper that's twisted at both ends, you're not twisting the candy in the middle. You're twisting the wrapper around the candy. The candy is the fiber in the slub, and you're twisting on both ends because the slub itself does not need or get a whole lot of twist in it. The more twist you put in a slub, the skinnier the slub is going to be. If you're really looking for a thick and thin texture, then your slub is going to be the least twisty part. So if you look at, my partner JJ brought me some thick and thin yarn. If you look at this yarn, you can see that there is more twist in this part, holding this where hopefully people can see it, than there is in this part. This part is relatively softly spun. There's not a ton of twist in there because that leaves it fluffy and slubby and ready to be plied, if you're going to ply it, ready to be plied into a really beautiful thing on the other end. Leaves you the texture that you're looking for when you're making a slub.
So a lot of times slub is the part where we all start. So we get really good at figuring out, okay, I can like make some really pretty little bits and then sometimes I can't control that. And so then it makes this big fluffy bit. Those are slubs.
Yep.
And so what we want to do is hone that ability to basically go, okay, I want to slub here and I want to slub here and I want to slub here. And so it takes practice and time and lots of fiber. So buy more fiber, guys. Buy more fiber.
There you go.
And then, so eventually this is one end of the spectrum. And as we move toward moving finer and finer yarns, which is kind of like the way that a lot of us tend toward, as we get better at controlling where that twist is, we can control, hey, we're keeping it thin more often, right? We're keeping that twist consistent. We're keeping our draft consistent. And so we don't have those slubs. But then the next part of that comes when we go, oh, now I really want a worsted weight yarn.
Right.
I want a single that's like DK worsted weight. Like I want a fat single.
A fat singles.
Yeah.
I personally would argue that that's worsted weighted up, but whatever that means to you, what we're talking about here is you want a singles that is heavier than your sort of standard issue spinning. Once you've got a weight that you spin as a standard matter, you want more fiber in your hands. And so a slub, practicing your slubs is a way to get used to letting more fiber go through your fingers when you're spinning.
Oh, Gwen says that she is a fat single if anyone needs one.
Gwen, we will always need you, whether you are a fat single or a plied mama. We will take you any way we can get you. Okay?
That's right. So these fat singles are essentially stubby parts, but we're consistently spinning them. So the way we are going to do that, and I think Q's going to be better at explaining this than I am. So how are we going to do that, Q? How are we going to be consistent?
So when you're spinning slubs, when you're spinning a slubby yarn, a thick and thin yarn, when you are drafting more fiber out at a time, but you are looking to have a fatter part that does not have a lot of twist in it. And so one of the things that Sarah Anderson talks about that when she's making slubs is you're going to pull that out and you're going to let some twist build up, but then you're actually going to let that twist bypass the thicker piece that you've got in your fingers and move into the next part down of what you're drafting out, so that the slub itself does not have a lot of twist and the twist is on either end of the slub, either side of the slub. When you're making a fat singles, you use the skill that you have developed doing slubby yarn of allowing more fiber through your fingers. But here you do actually want some twist to go into it on a pretty regular basis, because now what you're doing is you're not making a thick and thin yarn. You're making a thicker yarn that is a consistently thicker yarn. And so you do need some twist in the thicker parts, because otherwise it's just going to fall apart. This was like week one of our conversation together about this is if you do not put enough twist in your fiber is not going to be yarn. It is going to cheerfully fall apart and it will not be ever anything that you can actually work with. But the skill that you take
Gwen
from...
has a comment.
Oh, Gwen has a comment. Why can I not see Gwen's comments? I can't see Gwen's comments. So
Are
you're
you
going to have
ready?
to read them.
It's on Instagram.
Absolutely.
It's on
Bring it
Instagram.
Bring it on.
She says, "Fly me, baby." So I just need you to know that. Okay. Moving on.
Well, she is pretty ply for a ply girl, so I'll take that.
Exactly.
So, but part of what you learn when you do a thick and thin is your hands learn. Part of spinning is learning how much fiber to allow through your fingers at any given time to allow the twist to come into. And one of the things that you learn when you're practicing making slubs for thick and thin yarn is how to let more fiber pass through your fingers than you might otherwise be wanting to allow through your fingers. When you are going to make a fatter yarn, you do that consistently. So instead of your drafting triangle being, if you are a cobweb spinner and you are used to allowing the twist to travel into like 2 staples at a time, 2 fibers at a time, and those people are out there. A little scared of them, but they're out there. If that's you, and you have suddenly decided that you want to spin a light bulky, then, instead of having your twist go into just a tiny bit of fiber, your twist is going to go into a more significant amount of fiber, like what Katie's holding up. So, and what you learn is when you're working with slubs, you learn how to let your fingers pull more fiber out of your supply fiber into your drafting triangle. So that then when you allow the twist to travel into your supply fiber, it is traveling into more fibers at a time. This is making this whole thing sound much more complicated than it is. The trickiest thing about spinning a heavier singles is that for a lot of folks, as we start to get more experienced at spinning, the emphasis is on most of us sort of mentally and emotionally are looking to spin something that is relatively fine, whatever that means for us. And so the emphasis is on allowing your twist to travel into a small amount of fiber. And spinning a heavier yarn just requires that you sort of defeat that little voice and that you allow that yourself to draft out and allow the twist to travel into more fiber at a time, by which I do not mean let all that twist travel into your supply fiber, unless you want an entire 4-ounce braid of fiber to turn into a big twisty mess. But you are drafting out more of it at a time. And you are just, instead of taking just a little bit like Katy was doing earlier, you're taking a lot bit like Katy was doing earlier. And you're letting the twist turn that into a singles.
I think we covered it.
I do too. Yeah, some weeks we're like, let's go over 35 pages of this. And some weeks we're like, and let's do 2 pages.
Well, I tried to break this down into much smaller pieces after, the carding part that really wasn't about spinning.
Dude, I have no complaints. I think this is a fine division of labor. I just think we've hit this one, and as with a lot of this stuff, it's a matter of practice. Sucks, but true. Right.
All right. I'm trying to find our next schedule.
I can tell you because it's marked in my book.
I got it. I got
center
this.
Pole plying, isn't it? Center pole plying?
No, we're doing intro to plying basics.
That's right. Plying basics. Oh, I'm so excited about this. All right. Plying basics.
We're going to talk about plying next week.
Yes. So
I have some stuff to ply.
Yay! I might even have some plied yarn. I'm sorry I'm not bringing like examples to the table. I'm still having like 4 of my fingers right now have no feeling in them. So, it's good times. Very hard to spin when you can't actually feel your fingers. Don't know what's going on there.
So, but next week, if you're joining us,
which hopefully you are,
7 o'clock on Tuesday.
7 o'clock on Tuesday.
Which is I don't know what that day is.
It is if today is the 9th, Tuesday is the 16th. Yep.
We'll be live again on all these platforms.
Central, right? 7
Central.
Yep.
And we will be chatting about pages 70 through 75 in the Spinner's Book of Yarn Design by Sarah Anderson, and that is Intro to Plying Basics. So we're talking all about twist and making a 2 and more plied yarns. So
she does not spend a lot of time on that.
Geekery says that I just spun my first 2-ply yarn, and so they are very excited about the next one.
Yay, congratulations.
I hope you will join us then, and we would love to see that 2-ply yarn. So please post a picture and tag us. So
please do that. We would love to see that.
Thank you. We will see all of you soon, and hopefully we are going to stay warm. But I don't really think so because it's really cold. So.
Bless your hearts. Oh my gosh. Take care of yourselves. And y'all out there in the world, that you folks who are with us tonight, please join us next week and take care of yourselves wherever you are. It's a cold time of year for a lot of people. Stay warm and take care.
Do some spinning.
Spinning is excellent exercise. It'll totally keep you warm. It's aerobic, man. I tell you what, I'm lying, but it sounds good. So. I'm totally lying, but if you, I don't know, if you have perfected the ability to spin while you jog or get up on a treadmill and spin there. Great thing about an e-spinner, you can use your feet to walk or run or, do the elliptical thing or whatever. And you can prop your wheel on the little instrument panel and spin there. So there you are. Spinning can be aerobic adjacent. Let's put it that way.
Yes, definitely. All right. We'll catch y'all next week. Have a lovely one. I'm going to end all of these streams. So cue.
Bye, all.